Donald Trump recently declared it a violation of federal law for anyone under the age of 35 to obtain a driver's license. Just kidding, but let me explain to you why that could never happen. Now, before we get started, let me tell you that I am a political science major and have a basic understanding of the Constitution, and I think that I'm qualified to relay this information to you. Now, in Article 1 of the Constitution, we have the legislative branch. More specifically, we have the House of Representatives, which is a relatively large body, and in the much smaller but equally powerful Senate. So first we're going to talk about the House of Representatives. Now, in regards to the House of Representatives, obviously the Constitution is its own document, but Encyclopedia Britannica really did a good job looking into some of the really unique functions of the House of Representatives. So obviously, like I said before, the House is a much larger body. Its representation is based on population of the state. We started off with 59 total members in the House, and as the population grew, so did that number. And it grew to 435, where in 1941 it was cemented there by federal law. Also, according to Encyclopedia Britannica, the House of Representatives obviously, has that equal role in creating laws, but they do have some functions that the Senate doesn't have. For example, the House of Representatives has the privilege of creating any bills related to revenue, and the House of Representatives also gets to initiate impeachment proceedings. Also unique to the House is the committee system. With the committee system, they can look over bills and different laws that they're creating, and they can bring them before the floor of the House for debate. The most important member, also according to Encyclopedia Britannica, the most important member of the House of Representatives is the Speaker of the House. He gets to appoint, he is chosen by the entire body of the House of Representatives, by the majority party, and he gets to appoint members to committees and is second in line to succession to the presidency. So now that we've talked about the House, let's move on and talk about the Senate. Now, according to the United States Senate itself, actually on its website, which is available to the public, the House, shares that equal role in passing laws. Senators used to be elected by their state legislators. However, that system became corrupted, and with the 17th Amendment ratified in 1913, we now have the direct election of senators. So as far as some of the unique functions of the Senate, according to the Senate itself, the Senate gets to pass treaties with a 2/3 majority. They get to actually conduct impeachment trials. And additionally, the Senate gets to either confirm or deny presidential appointments to both the judicial and the executive branches. In order to be a senator, you must be at least 30 years of age, a U.S. citizen for 9 years, and you also must live in the state in which you represent. So now that we've talked a little bit about the House and the Senate, both very unique bodies in themselves, however, they do share a lot of responsibility according to Article 1 of the Constitution. So straight from the Constitution itself, some of the powers and responsibilities that they share include providing for the common welfare and defense, levying debts, collecting taxes. Some of this is very significant, like coining money or raising an army, because under the Articles of Confederation, the federal government didn't have that power. So, in conclusion, you've learned about some of the very interesting and unique powers of both the House of Representatives and the United States Senate. They are both given very unique and equally powerful jobs when it comes to legislating this nation. So just remember, even though it's hard these days to forget the relevance of the executive branch, never forget the legislative branch, which was given to us in Article 1 of the Constitution.